To VSL F2 Cup Series. We're here in the iconic Silverstone circuit for round 3. Tonight is just me, Rando, no just gaming here tonight. So I will be taking you through what is currently a very wet and murky Silverstone circuit. It's a typical British day here in the place where F1 began all those years ago, 73 years ago in 1950. Which was a long time ago. But we're on board with Glock for this one-shot qualifying. He's just navigating Mags and Beckett's, which I cannot imagine how difficult that is in an F2 car, because that is difficult in an F1 car itself. But Glock tends to be good in these one-shot qualifying sessions. Looks to be keeping up that pace as he goes through Stone nicely there. A bit twitchy on the rear, but expect that in wet conditions in these type of cars. He just got the Vale chicane to go and club. Very patient on the throttle there. You don't want to ruin the lap at the end. But Glock crosses the line and takes pole position by 8 attempts for the feature race. The sprint pole will go to Excite. I'm pretty sure reverse at the top 10 here for the sprint. 11 laps we'll have for the sprint, and then 15 laps we'll have for the feature. So Matt is P3, Matt's P2, Jack Craig's P3. I finally got my audio back. That's nice. Nice to finally have the audio back. But there is the grid for the feature race. Glock on pole, Matter Company on the front row. That's been a usual sight. Jack Craig with a strong performance in 3rd. Casper 4th. Oh, Stephen is 5th. Tony 6th. Gareth 7th. Ryan Berry 8th. NA 9 in 9th. I'm excited 10th. So that will be reverse grid pole. And then Speed Right Racer Yuri 11th. M Ryan 12th. Hassel 13th. Speed 19th. 14th. Baza in 15th, Lewis Craig 16th, Acorn, it was going to be his 100th start, will be 17th, Cam in 18th, that is a surprise, and Yuli Show 19th, that is also a surprise. So Acorn, it will be his 100th start for the feature. We're about to get race number 99 for him. I need to quickly do some audio things before we get going. But it's nice and dry for the sprint, at least, to be confirmed what the situation is for the Grand Prix. Right, but Silverstone is a very awkward race. It's a very awkward race to start off. We got formation lap anyway. Yeah, it's Excite on pole, top 10 reverse. Because turn 1 in Silverstone is not actually a braking zone. Turn 1 of Abbey. I almost forgot the corner names. But we're going through the formation lap. They're coming out through a village corner. I'm actually forgetting the corner names. The loop and Aintree 4 and 5. You run down now through the Wellington straight. I always get the straights mixed up. This is what gets me wrong in Silverstone. It's Wellington and Hangar. I'm pretty sure the first one is Wellington. You drive by the BRDC clubhouse here before you go into Brooklyn's a long left-hander before you cut in right for Luffield and Woodco. I think it's Woodco and Luffield, actually. But actually, tires, even though I'm pretty sure they're all on the same. Yeah, they're all hard compound tires. You run down through the old pit straight. It has been started there since 2011, and you come through Cops. Now, will we see any iconic Cops incidents here this evening? It's a corner that people have been trying to overtake a bit more than usual since 2021. You do not want to ride that curb into Maggots for except for Max and Beckett's. Very iconic set of corners, sweeping S-like corners, and then Chapel to run down to the Hangar straight. goes a bit uphill when you go past the bridge into Stowe, the awkward right-hander hairpin S corner. A bit of a field spur we're having here, actually. I'm noticing that now, but I'm not gonna. Hope I'm not gonna jinx my words, but we haven't had anyone be disqualified. I knew if I was going to say it, it would happen. I was going to say we haven't had anyone disqualified in the formation lap. I knew if I said it would happen, and Ryan and Speed Knighton could just hear me and decided, let's just do it. We're getting the worst camera angle of all time. We passed by the two who ruined my statement, Ryan and Speed Knighton. I'm excited, gonna line himself up in this pole position for the sprint. 11 laps to come before we get the first race done. Race start 99 for Acorn, aka Deck. Matt has missed his grid spot, so is Bazza, so is Craig. But we're about to get underway. Hopefully I get a better camera angle, or as I'm going for onboards. But here we go. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're sprinting in Silverstone. It's a good stop for MXI. He quickly covers off the inside line to prevent an A9 trying anything there. Ryan Berry's going to try and hang one around the outside. I'm getting the worst camera angles all the time. Ryan Berry gives me a better one. We've got a spinner at the back. I think actually Hassel has missed the start. But we do have a spinner of Speed Knight. I'm getting the worst camera angles of all time. Gareth is up to P3. And A9's keeping touching distance. Hassel, I think, has had an issue. Potentially bit of wheel-to-wheel action between Tony and Ryan Berry. Ryan Berry shows him the outside of Aintree. Someone's got really wide there in the background, actually. Who's one of the Red Bull livery cars. Come now to Brooklyn's. Casper going a bit wide. He's going to have to cut off. We've got DNF in the background. It's Yuri. Knights also had an issue. He's retiring on track, I believe. O'Stephen trying to hook one around the outside of Casper, but nothing done there. So we run down through the old pit straight. There might be a move here on Casper. Or is Casper going to be doing the move? It's going to be Casper doing the move on Tony, potentially through Cops. He's going to try and hook one around Max Bex. Free Weiss and back. It's it's not going to go well at all. Ryan Berry backs out, but he chooses survival. But he's going to try and hook one around the outside through Beckett's, but nothing can be done there. He's still going wheel to wheel. We'll see if he's getting involved in this. He's got Ryan Berry. Can he get Tony now? Horrible runs for Tony and Ryan Berry. That's going to make them very vulnerable. Coming down for the hanger straight. So Steve's going to try to hook one around the outside of Stowe. Can he complete that move? We'll go on board with Matt, who's making up a few positions. Ryan Berry has been swallowed down the straight. Tony down the Stephen down the inside of Tony. Matt's going to try to hook one around the outside of Club Corner, but Tony's like, no thank you, I'd like this position very much. But we start lap 2 of 11 here. Matt's looking to get this move on Tony. He's going to try one into Village. Wide moment there for Stephen. Oh, that's... Oh, Matt! He tried it, but I think he was expecting Tony to be taking the racing line, but I think we got a few end plates missing. I'm not too sure about these cars. They do have very small end plates. I think I saw an end plate missing, but that's ruined Tony and Matt's sprints. They still have the Grand Prix to come. Matt will be starting that from P2, so more to come from there. But we'll go back on the front as NA9. He's got a good run there through Luffield. He's going to try one down the inside of Cops. MXI's going to go defensive here. Just brings NA9 that much closer. We are getting the worst camera angles of all time here. Gareth losing a bit distance here. NA9 and MXI, two of the tier 2 drivers from last season, leading the sprint and looking, well, this stage, NA9 a bit twitchy there off Magus, but through Chapel very nicely there. He's got the slipstream on MXI and no DRS at this point, but he's going to be a bit too far back to try and move into Stowe. Meanwhile, Casper's looking for this podium off Gareth. We still have a bit of time issues. Casper has a bit of twitching issues there. A bit too far back there. Jack Ray going to send one potentially. No, but Cav's going to go hook one around the outside. Can he commit this through Vale? He does. Up to P7, but Jack Craig's going to follow suit here potentially. Cam just quenches that opportunity. DRS is now enabled. As Ryan Berry's gone a bit off the track there for Rappy. He's had a horrible run for Rappy there. Cav's going to send one down the inside here. He sends it after the DRS line, so that's going to give him DRS. Ryan Berry's trying to fight this. Glock and Jack are fighting now. Glock going around the outside of Jack, but Jack sticks it down the inside of Aintree. They both have DRS now, so it's going to be a drag race down to Brooklyn's, but Jack's going to have that inside line so he can just take this racing line off Glock. Tries to push Glock as wide as he can. Good racing between the two. Jack's still trying to fight this through Woodcut and Luffield. Is he going to get a nice slipstream down the old pit straight? I don't think he is. He actually is getting a bit of run here, but no chance he sticks one down the inside of Cops. He does it, but he's very quick for Cops. Very quick corner speed. Had to lift off the throttle head to avoid going into the back of Glock. Glock now trying to get ahead of his high-tech teammates. Ryan Berry. DRS on board. Actually, Ryan Berry does have DRS. Just had it on Cam. Meanwhile, move for the podium. Casper and Gareth. They make contact. Fortunately, we can never get good camera angles here. Casper's going to try to hook right around the outside of the hill chicane. Gareth's going to fight this back, but Casper chops in front of that racing line. 90 gets a track limits penalty. Casper up into the podium. That's just fine though. Has at the front two pull away. And 9 still sitting in second. Hasn't had a chance to go for a move here. Steve is looking to get involved in this podium battle, as is Cam. Cam, who started this race in 18th, had an invalid lap, with just the risk of one-shot qualifying. You get one lap. If you invalidate, you're at the back. Cam is usually towards the front of the field. Going to have to make some overtaking in both races. He's done it already in this sprint race. A locker for Casper could send Gareth through. Yeah, he's had awkward lines here. Casper is very tight there, trying to cut off any opportunity for the ART. And Steven Steff surely has got a good run off Luffield, but he's not close enough to send one here. Gareth wants to get back into that podium place. He's looking to pick a car. There might be some DRS game here. The DRS lane comes just about there, so Gareth will have DRS now down the Hanger straight. Casper a bit wide off Beckett's. DRS now on the ART. Actually, here comes OC, but he's going to try and hook one around the outside into the gravel. That's not what you want to do. Glock gets ahead of his teammate. Cam's trying to get ahead of OC. There's a four-way battle for this podium. That's Cam! Cam does the exact same thing Matt did a couple laps ago. Expected the car he's racing to take the racing line through the braking zone and clips the back and goes for a spin. As we speak of Matt and Cam are racing for P12 each. You'd usually expect this for P2 up the field. Now it's for P12. We finally get a good camera angle to show Cam getting ahead of Matt to get P12. Meanwhile, and the 9's dropped a bit from MXID. He still has DRS just though, but he's brought Casper into this. There's now a 5-way battle for the lead brewing here. Gareth's losing touch though. He was looking rapid the last lap, but he's using a bit of touch now to the podium. I know Steven's going to need to get this move done quickly. Almost half race distance here. Actually, effectively half race distance, because we're 5.5 laps in. But I think there's some tire wear issues for Gareth, and there could be more issues as he's about to lose P4. Steven's going to wait till he gets the DRS line. Look how better he is just through these corners. You can definitely tell there's some tire wear on Gareth. He's used up his tires trying to battle for that P3, and he's going to drop himself down to P5 shortly. He's going to defend this on Steven, and they're going to go wheel to wheel through Stowe. It's going to be a traction race here, and surely O'Stephen wins this, but Gareth's going to have the inside line for Vale. So he's going to break that much later. Cut off Stephen's line, but he's given just enough track to keep around, but Gareth's not letting this go. He might have to. He's put into the gravel. Almost loses control of the car. There goes Glock. Up to P5. And he might send one on Stephen into Village. Up ahead, Casper's got ahead. Stephen tried to play DRS with Glock. He's realised he's lost it, so he's fighting this. Gareth rides the curb there on the loop. That's going to hurt him. And this should be an easy move for Glock in the high tech. The man who'll be starting on pole for the feature is now up to P4 in the sprint. But he's gone deep, so that might not be true. But it is true. Glock is able to keep that position on Stephen despite missing his braking point slightly. Meanwhile, Casper is now in P2, NA9. These tires might be hurting also. Oh, he was very deep there through cops. Braked on the curb there, which unsells the car and sent them a bit. Glock might be catching up to this leading pack very soon. Casper now. Can he get ahead of MXcited? MXcited's led this entire sprint. He's now got Casper to worry about. It was usually NA9. He was able to manage NA9. Can he manage Casper? Meanwhile, Jack Craig and Ryan Berry. Jack Craig is up into 7th. Bear might send one into Vale. Things bear off a bit of a lockup though. That's going to hurt his tyres, which are key in these sprints. NA9 gets 3 seconds. That is going to drop him from the podium and a couple more spots probably. As he's dropped out of DRS to make matters worse. Might just be in it. No, he's lost DRS, but I don't think Glock got it, so he'll survive this time round, but it's an inevitability. Glock in ahead of NA9. But Casper and MXcited lost it through entry. Casper into the back of him. NA9's back in touching distance now, but there's DRS on Casper and not NA9. Wonder if there's damage for Casper in the Carlin. He did hit him square on, just caught the end of that. MXcited too quick on the throttle through the loop. Lost control of the car and Casper caught inside there. Lucky that didn't lead to anything more troublesome, but here comes Glock. Oh, he's going to try and put around the outside, the two of them. But yeah, the leading pack is only covered by half a second. Less than a second covered the top 4. Oh, Steve's going to join this soon, you're assuming, because there is battling happening here. MXcited's lead of the sprint might be about to come to an end. On lap 7, and then I'm going with a very wide line through Chapel. MXcited's doing his movements, he's doing what he can, but down the inside goes Casper. They make contact. MXcited might not be happy about that, but for the time being, Casper leads the sprint. My God, the camera angles are horrible. There, this is at least someone going on to lap 8. We have a new leader. It is Casper, and we don't have MXcited. How is he not in the wall? He's P5, but he could count himself lucky there. Should have been in the wall and bringing out a safety car. An incredible save from MXcited, but he's not going to like that at all because he's lost his P1 and now he's down to P5. Glock and NA9 going wheel to wheel for P2. Glock has got it, but does he have DRS? He doesn't, so NA9 might try and fight this back. Here comes O'Stephen though. O'Stephen's going to try and put himself onto the podium. Going to go down the inside of NA9 up into the podium. Is O'Stephen on track? NA9's penalty is going to hurt him. But Glock, who started P10, might be in a position to win this sprint, which bodes well for his feature race chances. 3 laps to go at the end of this one. And he is now within DRS of the leader. Is that a spin in the back? I thought someone spun in the back road. It wasn't. Baza becomes another driver to get 3 seconds. Third to get it. Glock, I think he's just going to be a bit too far back to go for the move this time. He's going to wait till lap 9. But yeah, there's not a lot Casper can do against Glock. Lap 9 of 11. 3 laps to go for Casper to try and perform a miracle and keep Glock behind for 3 laps. And going wide off Abbey is not going to help him at all. Just gets Glock that bit closer. The TRS line has been passed. Going forward with Glock. Should be a move for the lead here potentially. 3.5 tenths back. We get the worst camera angle in the history of camera angles, because what else would you want? But Glock can't get it there, but Casper goes a bit wide. The 2 Red Bull livery cars, the Roden Carlin versus the High Tech. Casper surviving for now. As we go on to the old pit straight, is Glock going to try one into Cops? He's going to pull out. Casper takes the inside line to defend Cops. And Glock can't go around the outside. He's going to try it into Magus and Beckett. No. Just pulled out. Tried to force a mistake from Casper. Yellow flag is sector 2. That's Yuli Show. But focus on the lead. Right now, Casper is vulnerable. Yuli Show has retired. Is that going to be a safety car potentially? It's too late for a safety car. Glock down the inside to try and take the lead. Casper's going to fight this one. They're going to go wheel to wheel into Vale. Casper's going to have that inside line. But Glock will take the lead shortly. But Casper's still going to fight this for club. We go on to lap 10 and Glock has taken the lead. But can he keep it? Casper's going to fight this one. O'Stephen is just there. NA9 has dropped back, so is M Excited. So it's looking like a 3-horse battle now. It looks like we have the podium with 2 laps to go. But what will the order be? Matt up to 8th. But we'll focus on the battle at the front. You see Glock pulling away that much. Casper seems to have spent out his tyres. Glock still putting in defensive moves. Still pulling it out of... trying to pull the slipstream away from Casper. 7 tenths now, another 3 tenths by the time they get Max and Beckett's. And Ryan Perry gets 3 seconds. That's going to put him out of the top 10 probably. From M. Ryan, that might be the only position he loses. But it looks like Casper might just keep DRS, but Stephen looks the quicker out of the pair. Go through Max and Beckett's for the penultimate time. A second separates the top 3. 8 tenths now. O'Stephen's definitely the biggest threat to Glock at this point. He's definitely the quicker of the chasing pair. I think a bit of a wide moment there for Glock. Brings Casper that bit closer, but could this be tactical by Casper? M Excited gets 3 seconds. He also lost just the cam. I think M Excited's had a moment there. Scar goes off the track, and oh, that might be a serious inquiry there. Off the track and straight into M Excited. Matt and Jack Craig locking wheels. Oh, that's and it's. Is that damage on? M Excited goes straight into the wall, and there was nothing there. But we're on to the final lap. Looks like Glock has pulled away. So it's a battle for P2. Casper just has the DRS though. I'm excited being disqualified from the Grand Prix. The man who led for so long will be disqualified. The battle right now we're focused on is for P2. Glock looks to have this in the bag. Will it be Casper or Stephen who takes the runner-up spot? All depends on this run through Max and Beckett. It's 3/10 at the moment. If O'Stephen just get a good run here, he should have this down the hanger straight. For one last time, we'll have DRS open in the sprint race. O'Stephen in the slipstream. Casper's going to try and take the inside line. He's parked his car in the middle. He's forcing a decision from O'Stephen. Casper is giving him as tight line he can, but it's enough to let O'Stephen through. But Casper's going to have the inside line into Vale. Meanwhile, Glock will win this sprint. But it's going to be Casper who takes P2. Glock, Casper, O'Stephen is the podium. Cam takes 4th from 18th on the grid. NA9 will keep P5 despite his penalty. Gareth 6th, Matt 7th, Jack Craig 8th, M. Ryan 9th, Lewis Craig 10th, Acorn in his 99 start is 11th, Speed 19 is 12th, Tony is 13th, and Baza is 14th, and we lost the rest. Cam gets driver of the day for the sprint. We still have another 15 lap race to go with pit stops. So Glock wins from Casper. O'Stephen completes the podium. Cam 4th, NA9 5th, Gareth 6th, Matt 7th, Jack Craig 8th, M. Ryan 9th, Lewis Craig 10th, Acorn, Speed 19, Tony, Baza, Ryan Berry, Yuli Show, Speed Racer, Hassel, and M Excited is the race. As we are going to begin a restart. I'm hoping that means we still have the sprint results. It's just a restart to get the feature race grid correct. Oh, and it's absolutely buckling down for the feature. Matt, if you're watching, remember this, it's buckling down. I'll just wait here in this wet lobby until we get the new lobby set up. Oh no, that's the confirmation of a lobby restart, not the lobby. Oh, there we go. Oh, thank God, we're keeping the sprint results. And it'll be a full wet feature race. because we have to keep it real with the British weather. My bad. So, 15 laps to come. We'll be having Waze joining the grid, I believe. Last minute edition. Can he go last to first? Just waiting for the full grid to come together and then for the grid to be set up. I think one more driver, so I'll say two. I think one more driver now because of Waze. His introduction here. Waze is in the VAR. As we delay Deck's 100th start. Nice seeing some interactions coming through the PlayStation chat, which don't come up on here, but I'm enjoying what I'm seeing. So I think we now have everyone. So now we just need to establish the order for this, the feature, not sprint. We've already done the sprint. Oh, and we are getting ready now. Oh, that is me controller on the floor. Of course, it happens in the day where it's just one of us in comms, where we have a restart, and now I'm trying to figure things to say, while not sounding like, I don't know. And there we go, we have a lot of rain. Typical British weather, especially for this time of year. Not when Silverstone traditionally happens in July, mainly. So, we'll get a formation lap in conditions that would not allow for racing in real life. I can barely see the cars. Then again, in F2, they tend to let them out in worse conditions. Just look at Zandvoort and what happened is that in Zandvoort. In near similar conditions to what brought out the red flag, and I don't have to wait till the end of the lap for my dreams to be dashed. Tony and Speedgarth already disqualified, but you know what, since it's his 100th race, we will follow Deck aka Acorn on the formation lap. You probably can't see him though, unfortunately. He's in that brown PHM. If you can see him in this absolute tsunami like weather, you would be faster in a canoe in these conditions. Does any of the teams have a canoe? Because if they do, I back them to win because they will be quicker. But Acorn about to be the first man to hit 100 race starts in VSL. Great achievement by the man himself. What can he do from P17? Can he do some miracles and get a win or podium? Or will our host be dash and will his race end in turn 1? Lots of things could happen. 15 laps. A lot of rain. This could be fun. Well, for me to watch. For the guys driving, this is not going to be fun at all. To make it very simple. But there we go. Acorn Deck going through. Max and Beckett. One last time as a non-Centurion driver in VSL. The veteran of the grid. What can he do with his expertise? Can he mastermind an incredible strategy? Or will he try a Ferrari-like strategy and stay out hoping for a safety car and then just retire the car? I had to make reference to that Carlos Sainz strategy at some point, because that was horrific, if anyone knows what I'm talking about. That happened in Abu Dhabi. But that's enough from Acorn for the moment. We hopefully will be seeing him a few times throughout the race. Half decent camera we get from Matt, I guess. Rest of the grid lining up, and then I missed this grid spot. So did Waze and Lewis Craig for good manners. But right now, for the gloom and doom, there's 3, 4, 5. And we're waiting for the feature in Silverstone. And it's a great start from Glock. He's already pulling well away from the rest of the field. Will anything happen towards the back? Glock keeps the lead at the moment. Everyone survived the first corner by a miracle. Casper and I'll see if it already reignited the battle from the sprint. Nothing to do, nothing for. I'll see if Ryan Berry's made up a couple positions and there's already a gap forming. Ryan Berry very cautious through A3. Gap's surely going to get that position back quickly, and Deck is around on his 100th start. He is around at A3, and Gaff and Ryan, the two ARTs, going wheel to wheel. And then Ryan's going to try promote himself here of Ryan Berry. But Ryan Berry covers that well. I cannot see a thing for this spray. Some racing there as oh Jesus, Yuri almost off the track completely there. Down the old pit straight. As down the inside. We almost had a cops collision between Ryan and Ryan Berry. They're gonna go through Max and Beckett's. There's already a massive gap forming. We're not focused on front because this is where the action is happening on this opening lap. Carr's trying to find a way past his teammates. Ryan Berry is holding up the grid phenomenally here. Carr's gonna once again try to get ahead of his teammate, and Ryan's more focused on Ryan Berry, and he gets his job done, but brings Ryan almost into the wall with him, and that just lets Gar through and surely into P7. But he goes deep. He goes really deep. Then he goes back on the track. He did the exact same thing in the sprint. 2M excited. Misses braking point off Vale and did not have concern for his re-entry onto the track, and makes contact with his teammate, but Ryan survived, fortunately. Could have had a puncture there, the contact, but looking at the front now, Matt is pulling away from Jack. The front two are pulling away slightly. They will definitely not be DRS in these conditions anyway. Will be natural overtaking Tony. Losing a bit of touch also. He's dropping off this front running pack, and Ryan's gonna need a bit of time to catch up before he's part of that gaggle of cars. Cam, who started 16th, I think, 17th or 16th, he's already up to 8th, or is he? Ryan Berry's fighting this. Ryan Berry is trying to be the ultimate cork in the bottle here to everyone on this grid. Cam gonna try one into Cops. He might have to. He's gonna try it down the inside of Cops. Ryan Berry just accepts it. He chooses life, but Cam a bit wide on the exit. That could let Ryan Berry through again into Max and Beckett's. But no, too risky to go around the outside of Maggots. And Ryan a bit squarely through Max and Beckett's. That could let Cam through if he has a good run here through Chapel, which he does. Oh, beautiful run there once again, and Ryan just had a poor run through Chapel. Had a horrible couple corners there, and he's going to pay for it now as Cam's going to go down the inside, and surely he'll be up into P7. Meanwhile, Car from Ryan Berry still fighting. They will fight till the end of the time, it seems. Gareth going to stand one here. You cannot see a thing here. But we're on to lap 3 of 15. The battle is commencing here anyway. Looks like we have a 2-horse battle here. Jack Craig's gonna have to defend for this podium on Casper O'Steven, who had an incredible battle for P2 in the sprint. Looks like they'll be reigniting that very soon. But they'll have the addition of Jack Craig to it. It'll be the two Bramers working together to keep the Carl and the Casper behind. Well, Matt's getting close to Glock. Is he trying to line up a move here potentially? He's getting really close there. Yellow flags. Knighton spun on the Wellington straight. That's not ideal. Matt takes a very wide line into the old pit straight. Guess I'm on the trial quicker, I guess. More speed. 3/10 the gap at the front. There won't be DRS. Try and aid an overtake by Matt, but that poor line from Glock could aid him if there's a good line here from the PHM. through Chapel. That could be a move here, but Glock has a good line for there. Slipstreaming now. But he would be too far to try into Stowe, but I'll try and force a mistake off Glock, which is easier said than done. So run down Stowe, yellow flag, I think. There's a spin, I can't tell who it was though. It might be Namek Side, he's dropped down the order a bit. On to lap 4, 4 attempts. Not yellow flag, I'm excited. Spawn again off Stowe, it seems. Oh, look at this battle for the podium. Jack Craig is managing to keep these two behind. So I think that's a that camera cut off at the worst time. It looked like Casper was about to send himself through England with that spin. I'm excited into the pits. Of course, you don't have to pit now in this race. You usually do in a feature, but since it's wet conditions, you do not. But we saw last week it was same conditions in the feature in Imola, and there was 2 stopping happening because the tires just died off that quickly. Meanwhile, Team Mortis at Dams, Cam ahead of Tony. Cam once again on a recovery mission after in the validation qualifying left him at the back. End up recovering to 4th in the sprint. He's 6th already in the feature. How far can he go? He's probably eyeing up this podium. The wind's probably a bit too out of touch at this stage. Unless there's a safety car. As I am excited as... I don't know why that yellow flag came out actually, because I'm excited it did not spin by the looks of his dot anyway. Yuri gets a track limits penalty. Casper might be getting a podium here because Jack Craig got a bit loose through Chapel. Casper is up to the podium, but will Jack Craig fight this down to Vale? I don't think so. It'll be a lunge if he goes for here, which he doesn't. Oh, but Casper sideways through Vale. This is going to let a switchback happen for Jack potentially. Once again, give us horrible camera angles, EA. Thank you very much, but Casper survives. I think we're 3rd way through this feature. Because one thing to remember with Payne, this is the longest pit lane. Because you have that even slower pit limiter, and then it's just a really awkward pit lane. We cut a few corners, so that's why the speed is that much slower. Well, Steven's looking to get ahead of his teammate. Jack Craig has been holding them up. Casper's been released. Cam is also coming shortly, and he'll be making some overtakes. We know that for a fact. Steven gets a good run through Luffield, but he's probably too far back unless Team Wars are at play here. Prema, he won't be getting ahead of Jack this time round. As there is Team Wars and Prema, Jack lets his teammate through. Now he needs to hold up Cam as well as he can. I did not mean that. Kind of rhyming line, but Cam is looking to get this done quickly. And so Steven seems to have had a horrible run. Cam almost runs into the wall there. Had to catch the car there, so that'll let Jack survive this time round. But Steven needs to pull away here, but he's had a couple back corners there. That's gonna send it into Vale. Half sends it, but ooh, that was a bit of a lag. I'm not sure who that was, but on to lap 6. Let it go. Oh, Cat goes wide off Appy. Lucky not to have a snap of the hair on that curve, because these curves are very aggressive. He sends one down the inside. We've lost Hassel on the straight. It's a VSC, which I'm surprised it's just a VSC considering where he's binned it. On the pit straight, the Hamilton straight. As I think now we have a safety car. We do have a safety car. So, who pits? Who pits and who stays out? They have a bit of time to decide that anyway. It's a long lap. Of course, I mean, there's a few cases of double stacking. You have the Premas, the Dams, and the ARTs all together. The Invictas, yeah, the Invictas will also have that problem. Best one for the situation is NA9 being the sole Campos here tonight. Because these are longer pit stops. They're about, go to the 10 seconds in F2. So what does Glock, Matt, what do you do? Of course, you're in a spot bar if you're Jack, Tony, M. Ryan, or Knighted, because you know if you pit, your teammate pits, you're going to get double stacked. So do you brave it and stay out, or do you have to pit at this stage? It's choices. Glock is, yeah, it looks like Glock's going to come in. I assume Matt's going to follow suit. Late choice by Matt. He was thinking of staying out, but he saw Glock going in. He was going to do exactly what Glock, the cast, was going to come in. See if it's in. Jack Craig's trying to back up the pack here. There might be words about this. Cam's going to try and overtake him in the pit lane here. As MXI gets a drive through, is Cam drifting in. There might be words about what Jack Craig did, backing up the pack to try and avoid that. Of course, you have the risk of unsafe releases here also. See if anything happens here. Glock and Matt gone away with it because they're further back in the pit lane. So Casper Steven. I'll wait till they haul out before we have a defined order. But yeah, I would say Jack's losing a lost boss here. Jack is 8th. 5th to 8th, well 6th essentially. Oh, M. Ryan has been... Tony's dropped to 11th, M. Ryan's dropped to 15th. That is the problem with double stacking. It's changed up the order a bit. Yuri has hopped up a bit. I don't think he was in the top 10. He's 7th now. Yeah, I don't think Cam's going to take too nicely to Jack Craig's pit entry speed. Safety car, I think we'll get another lap behind safety car, so it'll be lap 9. We get going again. So everyone did pit. No one gambled on. So now we'll hopefully MXI catches up. But yeah, when the safety car comes in, this pack's all closed up. There's a decent bit of, you know, packs being formed. Everyone is together again as M. Ryan's pitted in again. Interesting. Has he got? Did he get damage? He's gonna lose a couple spots here. Has he got damage or is he just pitting? He's just pitting. Interesting. And he's definitely not going to be gambling for slicks anyway in these conditions. I'd be more banking on him going in the ART canoe at this point. Interesting. He's going to go have one lap fresher. Wet for tyres. I think NA9 has. There's a bit of racing happening here under the safety car between Ryan Berry and NA9. Wonder what's happened there. It might be this. We might be waiting another lap till we get the safety car in because we have to wait for M Excited, and he's only going through Village right now while the rest of the pack is at Cops. Well, the rest of the pack apart from M Ryan, he's about to hit Brooklands now. Yeah, we might get another lap here, so it'll be a 5-lapper. Well, 6-lapper actually. We'll get that. It's about off the exit of Chapel. You get the notification usually. And no, so that unless it's a late call, we're gonna have another lap behind the safety car. Another lap for the marshals to clear up Hassel's car. It's not been a good day for MP Motorsport. Both cars disqualified in the sprint. MXI led most of the sprint, and then MXI caught up in an early incident, has been well behind the pack since. Is that another pitter? Well, I thought one of the brain was pitting there, just the way the dots were going. There is another pitter. Hold on, Speed Knighton's pitting. He's gonna lose out to M Ryan here shortly. He might lose out to M Excite also. Interesting decisions here. How much advantage you get with slightly fresher wet tires? How big is the dig? I guess like in these conditions, like it's absolutely horrific conditions here. He'll only lose out to M Ryan. I think Way's also lost out to Deck in his 100th race. Also, we need to mention that he's P14. He will be scoring. He's enjoying life in these. Oh no, and Speed 19 does lose out to I'm excited, unfortunately. But surely that means now this lap we'll be saying goodbye to Bert Mylander. And we'll be saying hello to Green Flag running once more. It's Glock, Matt, Casper, the 1, 2, 3. We have the top 3 from the sprint and the top 4. Matt who got caught up with Tony in the sprint. I think he ended P12 in the end, actually P8. He was caught up in a second incident also with M Excite towards the end with him and Jack Craig. So it might be another lap here. Because M Excite and Speed 90 but it's in this lap. It's in this lap, thank the Lord. We are going to have Green Flag running. Ryan Perry and Jack Craig already getting at it. Ryan Perry's getting with everyone in this safety car period, but we're about to get Green Flag running. I'm excited. Speed 90 will just catch up to the pack here. Tire attempts are going to be very, very important here for this restart. No ERS, no DRS, straight up mechanical racing. When does he put the foot down? When does Glock go? He's going, he's going, he's going. No overtaking till the line though, so he's giving himself a buff to work with. It's a brilliant restart, but Matt is right there. It's an awkward one as Matt's very awkward through. This could let Casper through. It's a massive gap down to Stevens somehow. But we're on the way again in Silverstone. Matt's struggling at this restart. He doesn't have the temps, it looks like. Casper's going to send one down the inside. Into Village. Oh, it's that so Stephen going very wide there. He missed his breakaway completely in Village. Don't know what's happened. They shot out to 7th now. That's ended his chance for a podium, surely. Casper's still behind Matt. Man looks to have recovered from that poor restart. Everyone's pointing straight anyway. It's only O'Stephen that's been caught up in an issue. Well, Waze and Acorn for P14. That looks to be the closest here. And looks like it's a 3-second time penalty. I think someone else did on that. Yeah, I got a 3-second time penalty. Waze a bit too far back, or looks of things. Tony's got a bit wide there because they'll let Lewis Craig through. NA9 Ryan Berry with their scrap part. They say they got the scrapping through Max and Beckett's, and NA9 wins out in that scrap. Jesus Christ, the camera angles are absolutely horrific. And then up to 9th, but he gets a 3-second time penalty, which will hurt him. He'll need to get a move on. As Ryan Berry's lost again to Tony. Ryan Berry having a poor restart. But he might fight this one back on Tony. He gets himself back into the top 10. But he's fighting with the car. Almost fighting with the wall. He's fighting with Lewis Craig now. They're locking wheels through Vale. They're still locking wheels. And Ryan Berry somehow does a spin there. That'll be some serious inquiry. But he's got himself a 3-second time penalty. So he's fought himself with penalties now. Is there anything else Ryan Berry would like to fight with? Maybe F1 Baz at 86. He's going to add himself to the sparring partners of Ryan Berry. As he gets a good run through Farm. He's going to try one round outside of Village. He might, try it into the loop. It's a double TNF for MP. Cam's winning this podium. He's gonna have to be patient here. He's still got another 4.5 laps. Deep is Casper. Acorn will give him some screen time as he's fine with Knighton. Scrapping with Knighton, and Waze might get involved here. As they go for left field, Acorn might fall out of the points here. Because Waze, yellow flag. Who's that? It's Ryan Berry! And he's retired. Is it going to be a safety car? He had one scrap too many. So it's still green. Here comes O'Stephen on Yuri. Stephen on a recovery mission now. He's having thoughts of a podium at the restart. He's now going to be thinking of where can he put himself now after his error for Village. He's got P6 at the moment due to Yuri's penalty. Lap 12, 4 to go. Where can O'Stephen try make this move? He's got Dave off the loop, and that's gonna hurt him through Aintree and ruin his chances of a move there. Cam meanwhile wants to take the podium off Casper. Glock's doing what he needs to do anyway. Casper's still in touch. That means Cam's in touch. It's gonna be between these four anyway. This looks to be your top four. Unless something happens, Gareth's another 4 seconds behind. So this is your leading pack. As Casper goes deep off Cops, that could be the opening for Cam. Can he try something through Mags and Beckett's? No, but he forces Casper to go deep again. Onto the grasses, Casper. This should be the move for Cam, surely. As they go wheel to wheel through Chapel. Almost onto the grass, but Cam is into the podium. Casper relinquishes it, but he's going to fight this back. Is he going to try one into Stowe? He is going to try it into Stowe. Down the inside. We saw Loftus in the sprint between him and Steve, but it's now him and Cam. But Cam's going to keep that around. And into Vale they go, and Casper has to relinquish the podium, and he's going to drift. He's locked the rears, and that might ruin his chance for the podium. Lewis Craig with a 3-second time penalty also. Meanwhile, Gok sets the fastest lap of the feature just to solidify his dominance of this race. He's looking to take the double, the Grand Slam. He took pole, took the sprint, and he's looking to take the feature, the Triple Crown, the perfect weekend. That's on the inside into the loop. Very tight there is Knight, and then banging a bit for Raintree. Down the Wellington straight. Knight is almost off the track, might have been off the track there actually. Bit in front of there, but they're still fine now. Down Brooklands, Knighton very deep on the brakes just to give himself as much road as he can to try to fight this, but they make contact, and that's sent Knighton into a half spin. Here comes Deck. He goes through Knighton just to show that's the skill you possess after 100 races. You can go through cars apparently. But Ryan's gonna try to go round the outside of Cops. Surely not. Yeah, surely not is the correct answer. But Acorn's made a mistake off Cops. This could let Knighton through. Ryan's ahead of Waze. No, actually, Casper's fighting this back. Just know that Casper's fighting this back. He's off the track at Stowe. Cam's going to fight this. Into Vale, he's took the defensive line through Vale. That's going to hurt his exit. We go into the penultimate lap of the feature. The podium is still on for Casper. But where can he make the move on Cam? No DRS or ERS to help him. He needs to get some good runs here. He's getting brilliant runs here. He's like taking that wide line here into Village and cut in on the racing line. He's been doing that the whole race when he has the opportunity to do it. But we're not going to get through. Ooh, almost does what MXI did in the sprint and spin off Aintree. And that hurts his chances of the move down into Brooklands. You can barely see the dams in front of him. Cutting a bit there, trying to force himself through any space he sees. Opportunities are running out for the Roland Carlin. He's gonna fight this to the line, it seems. What's the run he gets here through Max and Beckett? Yuri, 3 seconds. I think that's another one. It says Knighton spun into the wall. We won't get a safety car though. Focus on his battle for the podium. It's gonna be too far back. It's gonna go down to the last lap. This battle for the podium. Glock and Matt seem to have their position sealed, but who's going to accompany them on the podium? As we go into one more lap around this soaking Silverstone circuit. And we wait to see who is going to take step 3 on the podium. Casper has 7 attempts to make up. He's further back than he was previously. But he just needs a mistake from Cam to give him an opportunity. Go for the loop one more time. But Casper's dropping back more and more. And Cam gets a good run off the loop and Aintree. To kill that chance, it'll be down to Stowe will be his last chance. Maybe Vale. But the opportunities are dwindling for Casper to get the podium here. Cam just needs to get every corner right here. And he'll have this podium. Ways with 3 seconds. It's looking like Cam is doing enough to keep Casper behind. Let's go for Cops one last time. It's going to be Max and Beckett's that decides who can get the podium. If he navigates it well, it'll surely be his. It's 1 second now. Jack Craig with 3 seconds. That might not hurt him. He'll be fine. Cam though is a bit twitchy, but he surely got enough of a gap to keep it. We're going board with Glock, who we haven't seen much of since the restart. Matt controlled the race, but Glock is the man who's controlled our front. He's taken pole, he's taken the sprint, and in this soaking Silverstone circuit, Glock will have the perfect week. He takes maximum points around Silverstone. Glock wins the feature. Matt will take P2. And it's going to be close actually around the line. Casper got close, but Cam will keep the podium. It was less than 2 attempts in the end. We wait a while now for Gareth. Stephen in 6th. Jack Craig in 7th. Yuri 8th. No, Tony 8th because Pellets are coming in. Yuri in 9th. NA9 in 10th. 11th for Lewis Craig. We still got some racing here. Acorn, it is 100th race, will take 12th, and we'll need to figure out the rest of the order. I think it was Baza, Waze, and Emrine, if I'm not mistaken. The driver of the day for Cam. Last row to podium, fair enough. 2 compact drives needed for Cam. So there we go with Glock taking his another win here in the F2 Cup Series. We're halfway through. Now Glock just extending his championship lead. So Glock wins for Matt, Cam in 3rd, Casper 4th, Gareth 5th, Stephen 6th, 7th for Jack Craig, 8th for Tony, 9th for Yuri, 10th for NA9, 11th for Lewis Craig. It is 100th race. It's 12th for Acorn, Baz at 13th, M. Ryan in 14th, Waze in 15th, and we lost Knighton, Ryanberry, M. Excited, and Hassel. So championship wise, it's an extension in the lead for Glock. Cam, I think, will still be P2. I don't remember the sprint results, so I can't figure that out. But definite extension of the lead, comfortably for Glock. And Casper will still be up there. But next week, we are in Spa-Francorchamps. So halfway through the season. A lot can still happen. We still got a few more tracks to go. A few different type of tracks. Spa, Zandvoort and Abu Dhabi. All completely different tracks. So expect different outcomes from them all. But hopefully I'll have Jess with me on comms next week. And hopefully I won't sound as hoarse as I did this tonight. But until then, see you next week. Same time, same place.